Hi, would you mind introducing yourself?
My name is Ashley Frost. I'm a freshman at Baylor University.
Okay. Ashley, and were you or anyone you ever know ever bullied?
A good friend of mine actually was severely bullied by some people she knew. And what happened with her was she just really kept it inside. She didn't tell anyone about it. None of us really knew what was going on. And eventually that ended up being really hard for her, and she ended up considering committing suicide and having serious thoughts about that, and absolutely none of us knew what was going on. It ended up being a really dangerous situation that I found out about way after this had happened. So I guess if I had any advice for someone, I would just say tell someone. Don't be afraid to tell someone, because I almost lost one of my best friends to bullying, and I didn't even know what was going on.
And would you feel comfortable sharing with us what was happening to your friend?
There were some people at her school who just didn't really understand her, didn't really understand what was going on in her life, and they were just treating her really poorly, and she just was embarrassed by it, I guess. She thought there was something wrong with herself because of it, so she just, she didn't tell anyone, and just kind of bore the burden by herself, and just ended up really tearing her apart on the inside, just to the point where she just didn't feel like she was good enough for anyone. And
so do you know what kind of the changing point was for her, which made her decide to tell people, or was it just years down the road where she changed her mind? And
she actually transferred schools. She moved cities, was what happened. And she was one of my best friends, so I kept in contact with her. And when she kind of got in a different environment, she ended up one night we were just talking, and she ended up telling me all these things that happened to her, and I was just shocked because I had never seen any of this happening. And because sometimes it can be a secret. I mean, sometimes bullying isn't upfront, there's physical bullying, but there's emotional and mental bullying as well.
Right. So, last question. If you would have known at the time, what maybe would you have done to help her through her situation?
I just would have encouraged her and let her know that there are people out there who want to help her, and that she's not alone, that everyone struggles with this, and that she can seek help.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
No problem.